Hi everyone, welcome to the upcoming episode of Skilled by Masai, where we share the success stories of our Masai students. These are the students who have actually crossed all challenges or odds, roadblocks, and eventually found success with the help of Masai. Hi, I am your host Tanya, and I have a very special guest, Vaibhav, with here, who works at NSDL as an SDE and who has done full stack development course at Masai. In this episode, we are gonna see or peep inside his life, his career and placement journey at Masai, how his life got transformed after Masai. So continue watching us, to understand how skill is such an important asset in life and what role technology plays in it. So keep watching us. All right. Hi, Vaibhav. How are you?
Hi Tanya, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
So first of all, thank you for such a lovely introduction. Hi guys, my name is Vaibhav and I work as a backend developer with NSDL and I am enjoying my job working as a software developer because from my childhood, since I was in my standard second, I was dreaming of becoming a coder
Hmm.
and this dream has finally come true and now I'm enjoying my job as well. So this was pretty much from my
Wow, nice. Amazing to hear that brief, description of what you are doing right now. Cool. So before we dig into your coding journey deeper, about your dream to become a coder, let's take a step back and understand, how were you as a kid from, like kid as in literally a kid, and then when you grew up in 10th and 12th, was that a typical science engineering pressure, right? Or something else? I don't know. And I want to know, right? So let's just discuss like what are you first? How are you as a person?
So I'm like an introvert type of person, so I don't socialize much. I don't have that much friends. And since I was in my second standard, I was fascinated with computers. The first time I saw a computer in one of my computer shoppy, I was fascinated with computers. All those hacking movies, hackers was where the hackers were continuously doing the hacking stuff and everything. That fascinated me. And in fifth standard, from fifth standard, there is some term called a software developer who develops software. First, I was introduced that when I was in my standard fifth. I was also introduced to coding in early stage of my life when I was in my sixth standard. So I used to code in C, C++ languages and the code, the actual calculator, how it is working. That was also a game changer like in my life. Like actually, I was able to do perform calculations and the code was getting executed in PC. So in my 10th standard, so till my ninth standard, I was like an average student scoring 60%, 65%, and I was happy. But the reality struck me when I realized that I want to like I need to pursue 11th and 12th standard. After that, I need to get into engineering, and for that, I have to score really hard. I have to work really hard. Uh, my parents were not at all like forcing me to do science. They were like, whatever you want to do, we are with you.
Wow.
So I worked a little bit in my 10th standard and I scored 85%. Then I took admission in 11th and 12th. But so due to some, like I was not well during my 12th standard examination. I was seriously ill. So because of that, I could not score much in my board exam and my JEE All India. And because of that, I had to compromise on engineering colleges as well. So I have to choose a local college in my town. But thankfully, the spark helped me to be a software developer. So this was pretty much from my
Wow. Okay. I think being a good student and having a good score, yet, due to something which is not under our control, you just had to lose it. So probably, I hope Masai came as a that a wishing star and
yeah.
gave you your dream. So very good about it. So, since you said, you mentioned something about your illness, and I'm sure there are a lot many other roadblocks in your journey. So, can you tell us about one challenge that you had faced, personally or professionally, and how did you come out of it?
So the challenge was, I would say, to the illness, like it was not actually an illness, it was like some dengue type of fever I was. I was so stressing on myself, I was so not taking care of myself that I during the time of examination I fall like my health was pretty bad, and
Hmm.
that which the score affected, and after that recovering from that, I have a poor score. I'm not getting a nice college. I'm not in tier 1 tier 2 city, and that roadblock, and it affected my first year score as well. I had to take an year drop to come out from that zone, that mental block which was creating a resistance, and it was also hampering my learning curve. So that time was the darkest patch, I'll say, in my life to get out of from, because we are ultimately a mark driven society. Like if you are not scoring a score below some threshold, you are, even if you can code, even if you do anything, people will judge you based on your mark, people will judge based on your college, people will judge you based on the history.
Mhm.
So this thing
Yeah.
was a tough time for me.
Yes, absolutely. I think I would not disagree. Somewhere or the other, we are still stuck with the mark mindset society, and rightly put, we are shifting
Yeah, we
away
are
from it slowly, but still a major chunk. I remember, I can imagine, when you were in that class, how would you have felt? Anyways, 17, 16 is such a tender age, right? When we are deciding for our colleges, we are driven with so many of our friends' point views, family, pressures. I think that age in itself is a curse in that time if something goes wrong, right? So absolutely, and I think it takes a big time for you to come out because it's a regret, and unfortunately you cannot help it. But what you can do is make a better future out of it. So
correct.
yeah, perfect. So now you are out of school, you're out of Masai, out of college and out of
Yeah.
Masai, right? So one quick question that pops up into my mind right now is skill versus degree. What's your take on it? Or what would you choose?
So my take would be skills and degree both matter, because I have seen a lot of students who are equally skillful like me or more skillful than me, but they are not getting chance because they don't have degree. And I know people who are from a top tier college who have degree but don't have skill set. So I think degree and skill both are equally important. And in current scenario and days moving forward, skill would be uh, very much helpful, because skill would only thing would be skill, and skill will only
Hmm.
survive. We would only survive with if we have skill. If we
Yeah,
don't have skill, if we don't have specialization, we won't survive, because the pace at which ChatGPT or AI is taking away jobs is exponential, and it will grow, and I don't have doubt about that.
absolutely. I think beautifully put the cross functioning of degree and skill in market today. So absolutely. I think some people are successful just based on their skill. Some are
Yeah,
successful just based on their degree. It's just
correct.
a, yeah, matter of profession you are in and a matter of time where you are in your career.
Yeah.
Right. So, Vaibhav, I would like to ask, how did you find about Masai?
So that is an interesting story. I was on my call with my US client, and I was working in call center, and it was a night job. So I was bored, and I was just scrolling on internet, and I was really frustrated because the sales job is one job where people will trash you brutally. People will use the language which you'll not ever hear in normal even in normal conversation. And I was really, what am I doing? Am I made for this? Am I? I'm not understanding the job, but I was not meant for sales job. I was like, I'm interested in coding. I don't want to sell software. I want to build software.
Yeah.
So that time I was surfing on YouTube. So what I kept in my mind was I'll prepare every day. I'll prepare. I just polish my programming skills. And I was doing one programming lecture on there. Masai's advertisement popped up. So after that, one of my friends suggested me that his friend was pursuing Masai, and he got a he was well settled. He got a nice job in Delhi. So he said, like, why don't you give it a try? So at that time of my life, I enrolled in Masai. I was skeptical a lot. I Googled a lot. I searched for all sort of schools which were running in market, 4 to 5. I booked their trial sessions and everything. Yeah, I can 4 to 5 were the minimum, and I liked the teaching. I liked the way the structure of Masai is, and I finally enrolled in Masai. So in the first month of Masai, I was enrolled in almost 4 to 5 schools, and I was taking their trial lectures.
Wow. Nice, nice. Such an interesting story. Okay. A way to find out. Right. Cool. I would like to, quite understand from you. This is the point where, yes, I will choose Masai and I will enter the school. So, what was it?
So the first expectation was I want a full-fledged program,
Hmm.
and I should not. There are various schools which offer programs which are like part-time programs.
Yeah.
Uh, they claim it as a full-time program, but it is like part-time. They'll teach you for 3 to 4 hours and in the night, and the whole day you are just roaming here and there, and it will differ. So I did not wanted that. I wanted a structured program, and it should be an extensive program, and it should be like I'm the old fashioned wala banda. Like
Okay.
from I like a structured way.
Hmm.
पूरा दिन काम करो, पूरा दिन ये रहो वैसा, सैटरडे संडे करो या हर रोज रात को करो, वो that is not what I wanted. So I
Okay.
want a structured. Second one was the syllabus. The syllabus should be extensive, and it should not just put fancy terms like this and OAuth, this authentication or everything. I wanted something which will teach me handful stuff, but it will make me master, or it will deep dive into it, so that I would survive the new technologies, or I could just like the basic programming attitude should develop, the problem solving attitude should develop. That is what I was searching for. And again, the faculty, that mattered a lot. I want,
Yeah.
I yeah, I do not wanted to compromise like someone uh, who has not no programming experience, who has not written a single software is directly teaching me. So there are being instances where the person who is teaching does not have written a single code, production ready code. I'm talking about, not he has worked in any software company and he is teaching programming. So I did not wanted that. So these were three things which I primarily focused on, and Masai checked all the
Yeah.
boxes. So I enrolled in
That's
Masai.
what I was gonna say. Absolutely. I think structured, extensive, knowledgeable instructors is
Yeah,
three things that you looked for,
yeah,
right? And I think Masai is actually based on these three
correct.
parameters, right? So automatically your boxes got ticked, and
Yeah,
I hope your expectations were fulfilled.
100%,
Yeah,
100.
right. So happy to do. Yeah, so coming to the practical advice, and so I would take a little step further. Now you have surpassed Unit 1 successfully. Now you are in Unit 2, where you see Construct Week coming, hackathons
Correct.
coming, holistic development coming, preps coming, portfolio GitHub coming. So much on, like, going on every unit you change. But something or the other comes up, right? So I really want to understand how was your overall experience with such kind of segments that you passed successfully in Masai.
So one thing which I liked about Masai is like the construct week, because uh, if we talk about subjects, I can learn coding, the competitive coding from week code. I can time it.
Yeah.
That's But the thing which I actually do in my job is like practice. actually implementing project, actually implementing APIs, and that thing we did in Construct Week. So I enjoyed a lot. We were able to. So there is a lot of project management aspects also involved in Construct Week. We have to plan the project. We have to create some standard template for project. We have to implement task allocation and everything which we do in our daily. Like Jira is assigned by my project manager to me that you have to work on this feature. So this things we were implementing from Constructive. Like I made it sure that we make use of Jira, we make use of the source control tools
Yeah.
effectively, and it gives us a real hands-on experience what we are going to face in the industry, which helps us a lot. So from my day one in my company, I was aware about tools like Jira. I was aware about tools like GitHub. I was aware about tools like how to maintain documentation and everything. So not just coding, not just coding stuff. Apart from that, the tools which make our life have ease. I can say which brings ease in our life. That tools also that we were taught in Masai. Like we were taught about how to manage a project, how to make use of Kanban board, and this was some stuff which I enjoyed a lot. And who forget like the parties which we host during a construct week. We whole day we are on call. We'll chit chat about everything. We'll so this was my experience, and it is like a mini vacation. So we have continuous unit evaluation, first unit, second unit, third unit, fourth unit, and we have that the last phase is like mini vacation. Like अभी पूरा semester खत्म हो गया, semester break is like a concept. We are able to explore a lot of there are no lectures, so we are able to explore other technologies. We are able to deep dive into the. We are able to fix what we have missed during our past in the unit. So suppose if I am not strong in regular expressions, I could revise those topics. If I'm not strong in multi-threading, I could revise those topics. If I'm not strong in data structures, I could revise those topics. So
Yeah.
that time I enjoyed a lot in perspective.
Wow, I think you said so much in everything in detail. I think people who are watching have the complete idea for every segment, right from evaluation to, the whole
Exactly.
end package where you can even revise what you did. You can practice to speak. So I think brilliantly put. I need not to add here anything. I think you have covered so much everything in detail. But one quick question, Vaibhav,
Hmm.
did you feel that, at the end of so much hustle, hard work, did you become a confident placement ready person? Because you had hands-on at everything. It was a 360-degree package, not only hands-on, but worked it in detail, right? So, did it make you a confident placement ready person?
100%. So the way in which the Masai course is structured is like you won't move further if you are not strong in the current area. So if I am not strong in particular area which has been taught in current unit, you won't move further. You have to either
Yeah.
give a sync or you have to repeat that course. So it ultimately as a student, it pushed me to not go in that zone because I've already time has got a lot of time had been invested in my previous life. I
Yeah.
won't say wasted, but time had gone, and I'm in my 24, 20, 23, 24, so I wanted to get into industry as soon as it becomes possible. So it encouraged me to push my boundaries to work hard day in and day out, and ultimately all those unit experience like first unit, second unit, third unit, fourth unit, it combined the cumulative effort. It made me a placement ready developer, not
Yes.
just placement ready but an industry ready developer.
I think that's a better word. Thank you. They always industry is greater than
Correct.
placement ready.
Correct.
Absolutely. I think happy to hear that you had so much in you, when you were stepping out in the real world. You were a solid, full of knowledge person. And that from there you can derive the absolute confidence, right? So perfect. We want to, Vaibhav, the way you told everything in detail is superb. Now, out of, all those things, there might be some learnings out of each phase, right? And few learnings stay with us, right? So quickly, three learnings, if you could just tell us one, two, three, and our viewers, what are the three learnings that you took away?
Embrace failures. They are part of your journey. Second one is don't be overconfident because people from computer science who are enrolled in the program uh, go into the overconfident zone that okay, if this has happened, I have learned ESA, I have learned web development, तो मुझे ये preparation करने की क्या जरूरत है. So second was that, and third one was persistent. Be persistent. Like it should not be like one day I'm coding for 24 hours and second day I'm not coding. So be persistent, code every day. But this was my three learnings from.
Wow. I think these were some very exceptional learnings I heard from one of you guys. I think embrace fear is the best one that you spoke. डर के आगे जीत है.
जीत है. Yes.
So I think it seems scary. A big unit of 5 weeks is coming up and so much to do. But yeah, once you pass, you feel, oh, this though I could do and I have done it. Right? So perfect. Right. It's a very like interesting question, and I'm sure a lot
Hmm.
of people are waiting for it. So, what was your salary growth, before and after joining Masai? You can tell it in terms of X or
So
percentage.
it is 2.5x.
It's 2.5x.
2.5, yeah.
Okay. Okay, that is such a accurate answer. I think I think you were calculating while I was asking. Okay. Yeah, that's a good jump. I think 2.5, is a great jump.
Yeah.
With, and plus, I think the bonus you got is that you are working in the field of your liking. You
Yeah,
are
correct.
working, every job is respectable in the world.
Correct.
Absolutely each and every job is has a huge respect, in
Yeah,
everybody's eyes. But you have your own respect when you work what you are liking, right? So I think
correct.
that
Correct.
that is the bonus that you get 100% after, doing
Yeah.
a course from Masai, right? Cool. So, once you got a job in your, dream field,
Yeah.
with a good hike, right?
Yeah.
So, what were your family and friends' reaction?
So the day when I received call from Masai, like you are being selected in NSDL, so I cried a lot because I was able to. I cried a lot on the phone itself. I cried a lot. My family members were like, "What happened? Exactly what happened? Why are you crying?" So because I was able to, in that fraction of minutes, I was able to get, I got a flashback of my life, entire flashback, all
Hmm.
the ups and downs, all the hustles which I have made, all
Yeah.
the compromises which my family made, and all those stuff. It boiled down to one, like you are being accepted in NSPL, and my career in technology has started. Now I can call myself as a developer. The dream job, the dream position for which I waited for a lot, that was finally there. That was the eureka moment, and
Wow.
everyone was happy. Right, because my uh, family members saw my what things were I was going from, how I was not satisfied with my previous job, and how I became a lot of I became irritated a lot because I was not able to get the job I wanted. So they saw everything, and out of that, if I'm able to get and I was able to enjoy that.
Wow. I think everybody was overwhelmed. Everybody was
Correct.
thankful. I think it's a very emotional drive
Yeah.
when you speak
100.
about it. So the emotions came out truly. Yes, that was there. Okay, so just to lighten up, okay, let me just throw a googly question. If Masai wasn't there, then what?
I would have been still a developer because I was anyway going to resign from my job. But it would have taken some time. The preparation, the structuredness, and again the market. It was type of Pandemic. There was a lot of uncertainty in the market. There is still a lot of uncertainty in the market.
Yeah.
But I would still be a developer. That was 100% sure.
I think the duration of you becoming
Correct.
a
Does
developer
increase, correct.
shortened it, and you
Yeah,
got a confirmed job in the market, right?
correct, correct. Yeah.
So I think brilliant. Yes. So if you have to define, Masai into one word, what it would be?
M for Masai, M for mentor.
Sorry?
M for Masai, M for mentor.
Oh my
Mentor.
God. Hmm. So mentorship to the highest level
Correct.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. I think, yeah. There's a great difference between mentor and teach, like, kind of just
Just
speaking
teaching,
and,
just influence.
giving,
Yeah.
yeah. So mentor
And
is someone who
and
holds
just not
you.
mentor,
Yeah.
till last minute, the last minute mentor. Uh, will
Hmm.
not get the last minute mentor frequently in our life.
Absolutely. I think, yeah. I think Masai holds you like a big brother. That's what I was
Correct.
saying. And, do not leave you anywhere. जब तक आप बिल्कुल अपने पैर पे खड़े नहीं हो जाते, till you are placed, right? You have absolute one-on-one support from your, let's say, placement champions, ECs, IAs, from everybody around, right?
Correct.
So that's a big thing, right? So, Vaibhav, before we end it, this beautiful conversation, I want you to, address our viewers on a question that, if they're confused to join Masai, or, if they are just having some clouds in their mind, can you help them to clear it, and can you give a message for them?
So, to address all the viewers, so I am not the only case. There are tens and thousands of people. There are tens and thousands of alumni in Masai. So we have a uh, huge alumni support, and those alumni, people like me, are actually the product from Masai. So
Hmm.
we are working in all sorts of companies. We are working in MNCs. We are working in startups. So
Yeah.
definitely give it a try, and don't fear. Masai is there.
Absolutely. Thank you for that good putting in good word out there. I hope not only after listening to this answer, but your entire journey, right, in parts and bits, the way you explain in detail. I hope people have lot of, answers to their questions and kind of get inspired. I'll be very happy if they do, right? And, take up a skill and, master in life. So yes, Vibhav, that brings to an end. If time permitted, we could have done more information, more question answers. But thanks for giving us time. Thanks for,
Thank you. Thank you.
letting us know your feelings about us. Right? It's a huge, I am being grateful here. So let's just keep it that way, right? So thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
thank you for having me, and thank you for all the conversation. Like, it is a weekend. It is nice to speak with all of you. It is nice to share our stories
Yeah.
and create a strong community. Let's work towards the
Yes.
Bharat stack.
Absolutely. One for, all the Indians out there. Absolutely. Wow. What a Josh you have filled on this weekend. Amazing. Right. So we wish you all the best, Vaibhav. May
Thank you.
you
Thank you.
just go 2.5, 250x in all your, steps,
100%.
and, keep, make India proud. Forget Masai, but,
Yeah.
we all are a part of India, and I think you keep making us proud. Thank you so much, Vaibhav. Thank you. See you soon. All
Thank you.
right. Bye
Thank you.
bye.